start off, I'm so sorry that you are experiencing anxiety right now. It is something that I would never want anyone to experience, and unless you have experienced it, you have no idea. People have no idea what it's really about. I hadn't felt it at all until about 11 years ago, after I had our third baby, and I had terrible postpartum depression and anxiety. And it was totally new to me. I didn't know anything about it before. And it just really came screaming into my life and debilitating me. Like I did not lead a normal life at that time. I was nervous to go out. I had an anxiety attack on an airplane. And so like I wouldn't fly after that. And it was at that point really controlling my life. And it came to a head one day and night. So I had anxiety for about 24 hours. Like it just would not go away. And I didn't know what to do. My husband didn't know what to do. And so I just had him take me to the ER. I was at my wit's end. And so at the ER, they gave me, I was also having postpartum depression. So they gave me a antidepressant and an anti-anxiety medication. And I was at that point so grateful for it, because I just needed relief. I just needed peace. And so that did bring that. But I never actually took the anti-anxiety medication after that day. I got it. I got the prescription filled, but I just held on to it, and so I never used it after that, because I found these other tools, and I just felt like that was my crutch that I would keep with me. Like, okay, if I have it again, like I can use this. And I did have it again a lot after that, but I was able to use these tools that I'm going to teach you. And what I love is that these tools not only help me feel relief in the moment, but they healed the anxiety, and I have not experienced it for years and years. It probably took, I would say, about 8 or 9 months of me doing this and being consistent, until I felt like myself again, until I felt like calm and confident that it wasn't going to be coming back. But I want you to know that there is hope. That was probably my biggest thing with the depression and anxiety, is I didn't know if I would ever be myself again, and that scared me the very most. I couldn't find anybody to tell me that it was going to be okay, and this is what I did, so you can do it too, and you're going to be fine. So that's why I'm making this video for you, is to let you know you're going to be okay, you're going to be fine, and these are the things that I did to bring me completely out of it, anxiety-free, and without using medication. So let me tell you a little bit about anxiety and what it's doing to your body. This may not be perfectly scientific. I don't have a degree in this, but all the things that I've read and studied, this is what's happening. So you have a trigger. Like I would have different triggers. Like if my heart got, a little bit elevated, it would like trigger me to be panicky. Or if I felt like I was trapped, that would be another trigger. So you don't have to know what your triggers are, but there's something that's going to trigger you into either a panic attack, anxiety, that feeling that your heart's racing, you don't know what to do. And when that trigger happens, it's basically telling your brain that you are unsafe and that you need to fight or flee. And so, this saves us. This is our brain saving us, but we're not in a detrimental situation. We are in just a normal situation, but our brain is telling us we're not. So what we need to do is tell our brain that we're okay. And that's what these 3 tools are going to do, is it basically gives you the new neural pathways, so that your brain no longer goes off when those triggers happen. Your brain goes back to normal, and you're not triggered all the time by different things in life. So the very first one is called tapping, or EFT. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And what this is doing, you're tapping on different parts of your body. It's kind of like acupuncture, acupressure. And what I have found that it does, and what I've read about, is that it's your amygdala goes off when you go into fight or flight. It's the part of your brain that's like, okay, something bad is happening. You need to get out of here and save yourself. So when your amygdala goes off, doing the tapping tells your brain that you're safe and that you're okay. And so by doing the tapping, you're safe in the moment. You feel calm. It will calm you down. But it's also creating those new neural pathways. So it's starting to tell your brain, like, you don't need to go off when this happens. So let me give you a little tapping technique. So what would happen is if you started to feel that anxiety or you have a full-blown panic attack, you're going to tap on different points of your body, and it's going to calm your brain down. So I always start, this is called the karate chop, and you don't have to do this perfectly for it to work. It can be very messy and still work. So you just go on the side, and I say, even though, and then you just say like what you're feeling, even though I feel so anxious and I don't know why, and it makes me so mad, I totally and completely accept myself. So even though, and then say what you're feeling, and then you say, I totally and completely accept myself. So you do that 3 times on this karate chop. So I say again, and I'm taking deep breaths in. Even though I have this anxiety again, and I'm panicked, and I don't know why my heart's racing, I totally and completely accept myself. Even though this stinks and I hate this, and I just feel so panicky right now, I totally and completely accept myself. So you go through the 3 on the karate chop, and then you're starting, you'd go through the points, and it's on your head and on your chest. So you start with the top, and you say, and I kind of like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do this, just tap away. And then I say all the stress that I'm feeling and what's going on. So I feel so anxious, and then move to another point and say another one. My heart just won't stop racing. It's really got me. I don't know where it's even coming from. I hate this. It makes me so mad. Oh, I just want it to go away. The anxiousness, and then you're down here on your collarbone. Anxiousness, and then you go through it again. My heart's just racing. The feeling just won't stop, and it's come back again, and I hate this. So you're going through, and you do this until you start feeling a relief, until you start feeling a calm. And I am taking deep breaths in between. And then after you're starting to feel some relief, I like to go in and fill it in with positive affirmations, like, I've got this. Even though this makes me mad, I've got this. Okay, I'm starting to feel relief. I can heal from this. I'm calm. I'm at peace. This is not who I am. I've got this. And so you can go through and tap in the calmness. And when you go through several rounds of that, you can go back and ask yourself, like, do I feel better than when I started? A lot of times people will rate themselves in the beginning from 0 to 10, like how anxious they feel. So if you're like at an 8, and then you go through the tapping points and you're like, okay, rate yourself. Okay, I'm at a 6. Then you can go through it again. Rate yourself. Okay, I'm at a 3. I feel good. Or if you're still high, go through it again. You're basically taking as much time as you need to calm down that amygdala and calm down your heart rate. I have found this is like pretty, people can see it, and so I have found sometimes I'll just quietly, you can't really see, but like have my hand down and just tap on the side of my hand if I'm like in a big situation and I don't want to make a scene. A lot of times I would excuse myself to the restroom, and I would just do the tapping in the restroom, and I can see myself those certain times that I had to do that, and it helps so much. Okay, so tapping's number 1. Number 2 is what I call 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is a text, so when you have anxiety, your mind is going either to the future or to the past, and you need to ground yourself in the present. And so what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 does is it ignites all your senses and it brings you into the presence. I have an awesome story with this one with my daughter. When she was 10, we went to just a normal dental checkup, and they found that 4 of her baby teeth hadn't fallen out, and the grown-up teeth were coming in like crooked, and they weren't even loose at all. So the dentist was like, we have to pull 4 teeth. And he said, it needs to be done quickly. I actually have an appointment this afternoon if you guys can come back. So it was just this like immediate, oh my gosh, you have to get 4 teeth pulled. So we came back, and I tried to, calm Lily down as much as I could. She doesn't have anxiety. She's not normally an anxious kid. But she laid on the chair, and I was in there with her, and got all numbed. And our dentist is amazing. He's so patient and so helpful. And he was like really going slow with her and talking to her. And like he got the pliers up to her tooth, and she just like, you could see her chest just start rising and falling. She was like panicking. And so he was doing the best he could. He's like, it's just a tug. You're just going to feel some pressure. It'll be fast. Like he's trying to do all he can. And so I stood up, and I went by her side, and I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with her. She couldn't talk, but she went through it in her mind, and you could immediately see her chest calming down. Her breathing got regular, and the dentist went in and did the extractions so quickly. And so when it was done, he looked at me and he goes, I don't know what that magic was, but that was amazing. Because he could see that it would like immediately calm her. So this is what you do. You are going through your 5 senses. And so I always start with 5 things I can see. And if I'm by myself, then I name them out loud. If I'm in a crowd, then I just like think of it in my head. So I go through and I would say, okay, that chair, the light, the mirror, picture, the lights. Okay, and then you do 4 things, another sense. So 4 things that you can hear. Okay, I can hear the hum. I can hear the air conditioning. I can hear myself talking, and I can hear a car outside. Okay, and then you do 3 things you can touch, and you can feel them. Okay, I feel this chair. I can feel my hair. I feel my skin. And then 2 things that you can smell. So it's either smell or taste. These ones are harder. So 2 things that you can smell. And I can smell my lotion and just our house. And then 1 thing that you can taste, and I can taste the gum that I had in my mouth. And as you do that, your heart rate will start coming down. You can go through that many times. Usually by the time you're done, the anxiety has lessened. So that's number 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And number 3 is called box breathing. And box breathing does the same thing. It starts lowering your heart rate, and it starts calming your brain and letting you know that you are safe. So box breathing is simply breathing in for 4 counts, holding it for 4 counts, breathing out for 4 counts, holding it for 4 counts, and then you're going again. So it looks like this. So you're doing this like box breathing. I actually like can visualize myself going in a box. Breathe in, hold for 4, breathe out, hold for 4. And that gets your heart rate calmed and regulated. And again, what this does is it provides you peace in the moment. But the cool thing that I love and that I'm so grateful for is that it heals your brain and heals those neural pathways so that you are not spiraling into anxiety. You're not having panic attacks anymore. And like I said, it took me about 8 or 9 months, but I got a handle on it. I found myself again. I don't even think about anxiety or depression or any of that at all. I do have a video on what I did for the depression. I didn't end up taking the antidepressants. I actually found some supplements and some of these tools and techniques that worked, and I was able to completely heal from the depression too. So I'll put a link to that video at the end. But I want you to know that there is healing and help, and you can battle this. You can overcome this. It's not a life sentence for you. And I hope these tools and techniques works. Let me know if you've used them, if they help. Let me know if you have another tool and technique that we can help each other out. Drop that in the comments. And I appreciate you watching.